How's it, fellow adventurers? I'm Stephenton, and welcome back to Minecraft All the Mods 10. In the last episode, we built this cobblestone factory where we make stone, stone brick, and blackstone. And in between episodes, I built this road with amazing luminous white lines, did some terraforming, and added a fence, and worked a bunch on the colony. To start today's adventure, we need a few things first, and those things will be magnets, definitely, mechanical crafters, crushing wheels, another mechanical generator, and then we're going to make gravel from the cobblestone that's being made. That is going to be with the crushing wheels. Once we have crushed down the stone into gravel, we are going to wash the gravel, which will give us flint and iron nuggets. 12% chance. Then we will take this iron nuggets and turn it into iron ingots, iron blocks, and block of industrial iron through stone cutting. The stone cutter can also make block of weathered industrial iron. Then in the future we will have to make a sand farm which can make us glass. Then we can take the glass and industrial iron and make some industrial iron windows and weathered iron windows. But first things first, this magnet, because I'm tired of running around to collect stuff from the ground. So this is easy. 5 iron ingots, redstone, lapis, and a eye. That's very easy. Let's send that through. It's going to pop it in here, make that guy. I'm just going to send this magnet in for now. Then I want to make the advanced magnet. That is 2 gold, lapis, diamond, redstone, the magnet we just made, an eye of ender. At least we do have blaze powder and some blaze rods in that from the nether that we visited previously. So let's just quickly make this. We need to pop it back in. It's going to go floop and in. Then we can make this advanced magnet. Awesome. I'll just use the crafting on a stick. There we go. And magnet on and magnet off. Just have the magnet in our inventory. We can even have it as a carrier, as a charm. And now we can turn it on and off. Cool. Now into meat and potatoes. We need to make mechanical crafters. This requires electronic tubes, brass casing, and crafting tables. It's going to make 3, so one of this will make 3. We need at least 25, so we'll make 27. That's fine. Let's send that through and make all 27 of them. That's fine. I already placed a barrel here, so what we're going to do is look at the barrel, look at the wall rather. Then you can use your wrench to rotate where you want this thingy to go. And then the rest, we just look at where you want to have them. Your angle should just be right. There we go. So you should stand in front of it and it should be fine. This barrel just has to move. So let's just pop it there. That should be fine. Cool. Then these we can just place there. So it's going to be 3, 5, 5, another 5. And then another 3. You need 21, and then you can use a stone in the middle, any sort of plank as a plus, and then andesite alloy encasing all around. Before I place the last one, I just quickly want to make this thing faster because it's very slow. But yeah, I already crafted 2 of the crushing wheels. So yeah, let me quickly make this faster. There we go. It is very fast now. So let us just do this and overstressed. Thought so. That's not a problem. We can just remove this bit and hopefully this will be fine then. There we go. So it doesn't need to be so fast, but it's still going to do a whole lot. And boom. Yeah, a whole lot faster than it was. And it was 16 SU, now it's 256, so great stuff. Let me quickly make a few of these things, and then I will be back. Boom. 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 And boom. There we go. Quick 16. That's perfect. Let's chuck the rest in there. Cool. Then we need to make a mechanical crafter. The mechanical crafter is got almost everything. Mechanical drill first. Should actually just make more mechanical drills than we do have it. Making a bunch of them right now. So yet again, mechanical crafter. Oh, we already have water in here. Nice. I just need one. I didn't know we had a bucket of water. I was prepared to... there we go. I was prepared to just grab a bucket and go and make it, go and grab it myself. But okay, cool. And then, I think I'm gonna hold on to those buckets. And that should be that for now. That's what we need over here. And Berserker Lord was shot by a skeleton. I'm so sorry, dude. We're back at the city. And yeah, these white luminous blocks are amazing. And they are quite easy to make. It's just stone, glowstone dust, and white dye. And they shine so nicely. When it's night, I can show you. But here is a lot of the create resources. Here is the blackstone tiles, and just normal blackstone that I used for the roads. I used stone windmill leaves, and with this you can just change the height of it, and I like it that it is like 1 pixel shorter, and that is going to go all around the roads. It's like almost a water grate thingy. Then we just got a mix of stone and andesite. I don't know how I feel about this andesite layer, but okay. Then we've got layered tuff, and then cut tough bricks that I've got inside the factory all around. And then this is just an outline of it. And then I just did some more decorating. But let's get into the gravel and iron factory. So I was thinking of putting it round about here. I'm first going to have to figure out how the heck it's going to get power. Probably its own water wheels underground, because I don't want to run more water that way. And then this will be like a parking lot. And then I want to take the drill, make a huge drill, and clean up all of this over here, so that we've got a whole lot of area to play on. So instead of just taking off the ground and just already starting to make a building, I'm going to place down ground, and the ground will be this cut tough bricks and layered tuff. But the layered tuff, I am only going to start and layer it on this side, because I don't know how far back it's going to go and how far this way, because I want it to be quite of a big iron farm, 2 vaults at least, because this one is already full and it's got 103,000 stone in it. So we need a vault for stone, we need then a vault for gravel, and a vault for iron. And then that vault of iron needs to split up, and then we need to have iron ingots, iron blocks, and then the industrial areas. So this might be a double layer. So then we do the cobblestone and gravel on top. It goes down, and then we've got all the iron works at the bottom. This might be big enough then. And then this will, like I said, be a parking lot. This road can continue this way. It can make a turn that way, a T-junction to the left and right. And then we can go with the bridge over the water. Depends on how we want to play and build the city in the future. So what I'm going to do is grab my shovel. I think 1, 2, 3 will be enough. Ooh. And it's going to stand out a tiny bit further than that one. And now we've got the floor set up. So the entrance, I don't want the entrance to be in the center every single time. So I'm thinking the entrance should be a tiny bit to the right, because it's close to the parking lot. But then we've got the entrance right around here-ish. Let's see how it goes, but let's go and just make the layer tuff all around. And remember that the building exterior, the walls will then be on this layer over here. So it's going to be, we're going to have more grass or something, but it's going to be on this layer as well as on this side, on that layer. And then on the wall will be over here. So in front, the wall will be on this one then. Give me some time. Let me place this floor down and just get some stuff organized. I'll probably open up underneath it a bit and then just get everything ready for the build of the factory. And there we go. I even made a little thing here at the back where I will put a wall around here as well. Then it's like just an extra extension to make the building not look so square. And then we've got enough space around here for some water wheels and so on and so forth. But the color palette I'm going with is close to that. It's just majority bricks, then some brick running bonds from McCaw, and then granite running bonds from McCaw as well. Just 2. The brick one is, because it's a lot redder, is just 1. Then granite and cut granite. The cut granite is not a lot, the granite is more. So I will be, once we are done with the cut granite, I'm replacing that with granite itself. So what I'm going to do is, on the edges, I am going to place these, and then we will have, for example, we will have brick like this. Let's place another layer, and then we will have cut, polished, we will have polished deep slate, and that will go like this. And then the top, again, it's going to be like that. So it's just going to continue in a pattern like that, just on the corners. So technically speaking, I can save on materials here, because these things are not cheap to make. They are framed copycat blocks, and that is copper ingots and framed cubes. Framed cubes are any plank and sticks. So yeah, like I said, not cheap to make. There we go. And that's going to be how the corners are all the way to the top. Same on that side, and that side. So yeah, I'll just keep the corners open for this. Let us start a hopefully replay mod Timelapse, and then I will be back when I have something to show off. I just placed down the outer perimeter and just tested this out. It is still quite funky, but yeah, I moved this so that we can have a walkway down here. Here is a wall, so that's going to be interior, and this is going to be down here. I still will have to close that wall depending on how I feel. Before I can actually build any interior, we need to see where the second story will be, and I think I want it 7 tall. So what I want to do is I want to make a bunch of scaffolds and decide ladders. Okay, cool. that should be fine for now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That should be fine. I feel like 7 is maybe too tall. So let's go with 6. And then I'm going to just do the whole perimeter of the building, because unfortunately in all the mods 10 we don't have the catwalk mod. So yeah, that's quite sad, but okay. Oh, and there we go. This will be enough space for a vault, as well as some frog ports and all of that. Same over here, we're going to have a vault. So I need to just remember the wall is going to be on the outside of this. So we've got this whole platform to play with, and then I will just look at how we are going to set up windows and all of that when we get there. And we will be starting off with vaults. So let's just pop them down. First vault down. Let's place some ladders. Pop a chute down with the mechanical generator. It will have cobblestone in. The power will come from the bottom. So it can go from here or from here. Probably from this side because we've got the door over there. So yeah, the power will go down through here, through the ground, and we'll have the water wheel somewhere around here. Then we will have a funnel bringing out the cobble. So that's going to be 1 to there. That's fine. We can make it smaller, but it's okay. Have that there. Put the belt on there. On this, we need to ensure that they rotate the right way. So the cobble will go through here. It will then get crushed into gravel, and if you are scared that the crushing wheels crushes you and kills you, you can always just plonk down beams like that and it will not squish you through it. And something I forgot to mention is that the andesite funnels, it lets out 16 at a time, but it inputs 64. So you can use your andesite funnels to go in like I did over here, unless you need to filter it, and then your outputs can be brass, and that is how you're going to save up on a whole bunch of resources. So cobblestone output will go through the brass on the belt, get crushed into gravel, and then go into this vault as gravel. Now we have 2 huge item vaults. One for cobble, one for gravel, and remember the cobble we can always recycle and use somewhere else as well in the future. And we've got more cobble over there. The reason I'm doing this is to have another set of crushing wheels, and that's just going to make it a whole lot faster, because at the end of the day that is where we need to focus, is efficiency. The reason we need to focus on efficiency is because we need to get as much gravel from the cobble as possible so that we can get more gravel to be washed so that it can make us more iron. So after some quick planning, we will then have this over here. Once the gravel is crushed, it's going to go onto this belt with more belts. It's going to go onto this belt. Then it's going to be washed from above. And then it will be turned into flint and iron nuggets. The iron nuggets and flint will go into this vault. Then under here, we will have a smart chute that will be popping out just the iron nuggets. The flint will stay in here, and if it overfills, we can always put the flint somewhere else. In the future, I want to use the flint for other stuff like making andesite, diorite, and more granite, because obviously we want to try and automate everything. We will put a filter on here of iron nuggets on all 3 of them. They will pop down over here onto other belts, and then these belts will do its thing over here. I am thinking we will have the funnels like this so that the belts drop here, and then the iron nuggets will drop onto these belts and they are going to do their thing. For example, it will then go through a press, and then that press is going to make it ingots. Then we will split it up, use the ingots for something. Then on this belt, we will make those ingots into blocks and make those blocks into something, so on and so forth. So I had to do a test, and yes, we can waterlog the water above this, so that's what we're going to do. I am going to pop them down on all of these, so every single inch of this will then have water in, and above this we will then put the fans, and then above that we are going to put encased fans to power all of them. But let us first waterlog everything. I quickly made an infinite water source right here, and the last 3 are done. And then, like I said, we're just going to place encased fans on top of each and every one of them. It would have been so much easier just to have the Catalyst fan mod, but clearly all the mods does not have all the mods. Maybe we should go to a proper create mod. Oh, they all are connected via encased chain drives, so each line has it just showing up. Then over here they are connected to each other, so all of these are nicely connected. This is maybe some just overshooting it a bit, so maybe we can use that as normal funnels and not brass funnels, because maybe it's going to be already done flinting and iron nuggeting before it's even close to that, but we'll test it. Then I just want to bring the power over here, and we will connect it to this for now. Let's see how the speed is. Maybe it's going to be too slow to even push the water down, but if so, then we can just add a speed controller over here, but we still need to make rotation speed controller stuff, so yeah. Then I just want to encase everything, make it look nice. There we go. It doesn't look like it's floating now. That's great. And that will be fine for now. I can always add brackets. Do I have any? Nope, doesn't look like it, but we can do something else. There we go. There's the brackets, just makeshift brackets for now. Cool beans. I'm going to then start connecting up all of these. And I'll test if this one turns the right way, then that means automatically these will be fine turning the right way. Then I'll just connect it with a shaft all the way through, all the way to here. And then I need to figure out how to connect these guys. Maybe do it just like that, and that might work. And then we can just do it like that maybe. Otherwise, we'll just have a shaft and a gearbox there with a whole bunch of new ones. So yeah, let us get the power connected over here, and I'm doing a vertical gearbox so that I can push the power through to here as well and give that puppy power up there as well, just like that. Perfect. And then if the fans are pulling in, we can always just put a gearbox in here somewhere and it will be fine. So let us see how we're going to connect it down here, because at the end of the day, I don't want to use up too much royalty space over here. And I've got 12 water wheels, so let us check. I wanted to have it on this level, so cool beans. That is great. We've got 12 and then an extra 2 right there. So this is just for speed. Now let's quickly just take all of them out again, and then I will just clean up the area. Cool. Then I'm just going to place these down. Before I do that, it's just easier to have these guys already going. I think it is on the right spot. Yep, it is. So you will see that this one shows 0 SU even though it's spinning, and that is because the water is actually not doing anything by it. Cool, now everything will show 512 and this one will be 00, and the reason for that is because we need to give them their own individual water, and the way we do that is just to encase them pretty much. There we go, and 0 to popping it into 256, and nice. Now we just activate it. Wheels of destruction. Place a power and set of crushing wheels. Yes. Now I just hope it's going the right way. We will see when we up there. Obviously it is going the wrong way, so all we have to do is pop that one and pop that one. There we go. Like I said, it is going to be slow. We can still do gear ratioing. And it's blowing as well, because you can see the particles is going down. Sweetness. We have not set what we want the mechanical generator to make, so let's say a cobblestone. It's already producing cobblestone, and ouch, it is going through. I want to just switch these off for now, and there we go. Our first batch of gravel has gone through. It takes forever, and as I said in the start, now this won't crush you because you bump your head against that. So sweetness, we've got some gravel. Before we continue, how is this thing looking? 7. Okay, so it is very slow, but let's set everything up. You are going the wrong way, obviously, so you down and you down. Then all we have to do is pop you down, set you up, and you. Oh, wait, my bad. That's exactly the same unless we do this. There we go. We've got, according to this, 1 gravel in here. There we go. 57. Let's see if we even need the filters. Maybe we can make those andesite funnels. Nope, we need... Okay, that's fine. Yeah, drop down. So that's cool. I'm just gonna grab... Oopsie, these again. I just destroyed something there and I'm not sure what. Oh, I yoinked the funnel. I'm just quickly back at Ember Reach so that we can make some filters. And I'm going to make list filters. We need wool. Okay, that's fine. I thought wood. Go back to the city. And please remember to let me know in the comments down below what we should name this city. We still have so much to do. So with the list filters, we can then say allow or deny. So what we can do is we can put gravel in and say deny, or you can put your iron nuggets in and flint and you can say allow. But the deny list will be fine. Let us pop these guys down again, and it uses a list filter, so remember that. Deny, and I've set it to this whole stack now. So all of this will show that, and now we just plonk that down. They are going to do their thing slowly but surely, and before they go into this vault, they will then be, there we go, they will then be made into flint and iron nuggets, as you can see. Cool, and they're already starting to go in. There we go, sweetness. So I did remove those funnels just for now because I need to set up their filters as well. And we've got 158 flint and already 80 iron nuggets. Nice, nice apple slice. Already 500 gravel in there. 5,000 cobble in there, and it's just gonna continue going slowly but surely. Love it, absolutely love it. And that's the second story done. I need to figure out the layout for the first story, so then I need to figure out what all we're gonna do. Cool, so I'll lay it out properly shortly, but we are making flint and iron nuggets now. Then the iron nuggets needs to go into iron ingots. Iron ingots can go into plates, can go into block of iron, and needs to go through a stone cutter to make block of industrial iron and block of weathered iron. Like I said, the iron ingot can make block of industrial iron, or it can make through the stone cutter the block of weathered iron, or you can use the block of industrial iron, wash it into block of weathered iron, but I don't see why you would like to do that. But yes, I'm going to lay that all out nicely, and then I need to figure out how I'm going to lay it out in here. So give me a few and then I will be back. Okay, cool. So I added some gear ratioing to speed it up at this side. I just made one small water wheel and then replaced the other one with the large one. Then when speeding it up there at the bottom, it kept overstressing, so I made it slower again here at the top for this thing so that the mechanical generator doesn't overstress everything. So 64 SU is perfect. It is filling up like crazy, but when I did that, it turned everything around and made sand and clay and all of that. When we do some storaging and that, we will sort that out and clear it out. Everything here is moving faster now, so the cobble is now properly going into here. It is actually not fast enough turning the cobble into gravel, which is quite scary. Maybe we can speed it up by adding another layer of this here at the top. We'll see about that. Then everything is still being washed and it is making iron nuggets and flint. I just put a smart chute here so that the flint doesn't back up this vault into a vault over here. I'll clean this up with industrial iron. I also just added power over here so that we can sort this out in the future. So what we did was, I made some planning over here. What's going to happen is from the top, it's going to drop down onto the belt. And this is just a smart chute, not a normal chute. The flint is falling into a vault, which is that one. Then the iron nuggets will fall onto the belt. It will go through a press. Then it will make iron ingots. The iron ingots will then go into a tunnel and it will be split up into the different areas. So what's going to happen is this is just going to be extended a bit. It's going to have 3 tunnels, just one in the middle that's just not going to go further, then one to the left that's going to go into its own vault, and then one to the right that's going to go into its own vault. Then we're going to store iron ingots just in this vault so that we don't use all of the iron ingots in that vault. This vault iron ingots is going to go through another tunnel. Hello, buddy. And then it will be pressed again to make iron blocks. So again, the funnel, this one will go into 4 different belts. So again, the first one will be iron blocks. The second one will go through a mechanical saw to make block of industrial iron. It will have its own vault. The third one will also go mechanical saw, iron vault with weathered iron. We will just add the filters to the mechanical saws. And then the 4th belt will be pressed down to sheets. I am trying to ensure that we've got enough materials for any future build. So yeah, not bad. I should actually have the ingots also go into its own vault, just a tiny bit, so that we can use those ingots to make speed controllers in the future. Dated, so this tunnel will actually split the ingots to that and to this. I want to see if I can split this funnel to ensure that it doesn't take all of the nuggets. It shouldn't take half of it. I want to see how it works. And then we store nuggets for future. We then do these and the process like that. I'm not going to have all huge vaults for all of this. Maybe just like a 2x3 or something, so that we can store at least some of the items, but not everything, because otherwise we don't have enough space. So I've got some of the materials now in my inventory. I'm going to start building this. So let's start a replay mod and hopefully it works. And as I set it out over here, we have it all set up here. I still just need to add these puppies right to the top over there, but I also add 2 mods between the 2 cuts, and that is the create connected, which gives us the catalysts that I spoke about, so I can change those leaves to the water catalysts that's somewhere in here, as well as create deco that gives us proper catwalks. Because, yeah, and it's quite cheap, because, yep, it is quite dangerous walking over these, as you could see that I actually died from it. So, yeah, not bad. I need to quickly go through this, so what we're going to do is we're going to go up here, switch on that so that it doesn't just throw everything through, as there is sand, clay balls, and iron nuggets. I don't know why sand is coming through. Is quite weird because everything is spinning that way. So it might have been just a little mess somewhere. Then we just remove the... No, don't... Don't pick up these things. Pop down the lever there. Switch it on. Pop that down. Iron nugget right there. And the same over here. Iron nugget. And boom. There we go. So now it will just... Where did that go? I think it went into... I don't know. Oh, there it is. That's very weird. Let us check. Where is the others? There. Okay, that was very weird, but okay. Pop all of these back in there. And now let's go down and see how it goes. That's definitely not what we want. It should drop through here as well. Let's just pop everything through manually, see how it goes. This is... yeah, it should split both ways. There we go. So this is also going to fill up with iron nuggets. Okay, that is very weird. Let me quickly just empty out... I don't even know where to start. Let's just empty out everything in my inventory. Put a chute down and just chuck everything back into there. Why is it doing that? Just popping it through one funnel. Otherwise, we just do this. There we go. Everything should go through and be split up all over the place. So I want to force split it. Oh, everything is being split up. It's still just chucking through the one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove those two and just have that one dropping it down. Once it's dropped down, it will split up all around the place and just enter the vault it should. Over here, it's going to stomp it down into nuggets. Filter has been set. Over here, it's going to force split. Then we've got 112 iron ingots. This is also iron ingots, but then it gets split up into its dedicated areas. Over here, the iron ingots then go into here, gives us iron blocks. The iron blocks then goes into its own vault, which we've got 19 already. Then I added 2 of the mechanical saws, because once you cut one of the ingots, it turns into 2 of the industrial iron blocks, and when you cut it again, it turns into 4. That's the same with the weathered, and we've got 109 of them already. There was like 6 in it when I tested it. Then weathered, we've got 14. I don't know if it's going to prioritize this guy, so yeah. Then we've got the last one right here, which will be the plates. And that is only 2 plates. That's not bad. This I need to set up correctly because everything is just going to be chucked onto the ground. So let's quickly do that, because I was under the impression that you can have a funnel there and with the item drains it will just suck it in, but clearly that's not something that happens. So all we have to do is literally just add a belt. And it will do its thing. It's going to split this way and go in. Sweetness. Let's quickly clean this up. Oh yeah, and we've got 15,000 flint. That is a whole ton of them. So I'm just chucking all of the iron nuggets that I've got in my inventory just back into the vault. To be honest, I'm not sure how I can split this because everything's just going to be chucked down here the whole time. I really have no clue. Let me do some testing. I will be back. It looks like it's working. So what I'm going to do is just grab one barrel, pop that down there, and then I want to just test with these, and it should fall through all 3. Maybe not at the same time, but still. There we go. I did not see... Okay, it's falling through this one. Probably put the chute down. There we go. Middle. Okay, there we go. So instead of putting chutes down, just put brass funnels down. The reason we're doing brass funnels is because we need to filter that it is just using... that it's just dropping the iron nuggets. And that should do its thing now. So that was this side. There we go. On this side, So I think it prefers the furthest one, but it's still doing great. What I want to do now is just grab all of these. So it's going to pop all of these out. Let's rather just have a brass funnel and let it do its thing. Or just destroy the vault and grab everything that's in there. Or destroy everything with it. I don't know. And the only thing left is to pop all of this in there. I'm gonna leave that there for if we need to chuck more stuff in. For example, I did not see these. See, it just constantly drops the stuff out and I'm not sure. Well, as soon as it is all caught up, it will drop down slower. So hopefully that doesn't despawn. Then all of this goes through here. Fantastic. We've got 232 iron ingots there. This goes out directly. There it was just cut. There we go. Iron block made. And industrial iron has been made. Withered industrial iron has been made. And there we go. A plate has been made. So I see it prefers from the left to the right. So it goes clockwise. So once we're happy with how much we've got, I can just turn this one off. It will go that way and so on and so forth. That is great stuff. And the nugget is getting in a lot. So I'm going to put it on force round robin. So then what it will do is it will feed that one first, then this one, then this one, then that one. It just forces it to split it then instead of 64 coming in and then it gets split into 6 teams. I'm turning the plates off because we don't need too many plates. So I just right click with the wrench and it's gonna go in so it doesn't push anything out. And then this will all be automated. Cool. And let me quickly just clean all of this up and then we can begin. Just again, the blocks we'll be using is some variants of brick, granite, and then some variants of granite as well, and then polished deep slate with the framed adjustable double copycats. I'm continuing with this adjustable copycats. I know we've got it over here now, but I just want to finish this building with this, and then from after this build we'll then use the proper copycat from create connected. So how the corners will work, it will be 1 3 1 3 1 3, so on and so forth. And then over here there will be a lip so that we don't have to worry about having too much of a copy paste. But I'm going to just bring this out to round about there. So that's how the corners are going to be. I'm going to do all the corners first so that I can remember. And then like I said, where the second story starts, we will have a lip, like maybe stairs or something like that, just to round it off and not have just one flat wall all the way through. So hopefully the replay mod works. And then we are going to just sit back, relax, and I'll catch you shortly. I still just have to do a few lights around the place, on top, at the bottom, and I want to look for a sign that I can put on here in front that says iron or something like that, and then I'll just remove this wall here to make that wall bigger, something like that. And then here is the parking lot. Those lights look so amazing. These arrows I'm not sure about yet. I'll see. This one should actually not be there. It should be further away, but yeah. Then this little nookie over here looks cool. There is no door on there yet, as well as not there, and this wall and all of that needs to be tough bricks all around, as well as this floor. I can add more water wheels, and then we can make all of this so much faster, because our bottleneck is this grinders at the moment. And as you can see, we need a lot of light here. But that's the build. I do hope you like it. And schematics to everything will be available on request. I also added some fencing there at the back. I should actually just add some here so that we can have just it knocked off like that. So you can't pass here, but you can go around and enter it from that side. I'll still add catwalks and stuff like that. But that's going to be that for this episode. I will continue with mine colonies between episodes. If you want to see anything about mine colonies, let me know. Otherwise, we will just continue playing that offline because I do enjoy it, but I don't want to bore you with it. That's where we're going to end today's episode. I really do hope you enjoyed it, and I do hope you let me know in the comments what next you would like to see, as I'm thinking a sand factory. Let's see how it goes. Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll catch you in the next video. Please remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and consider joining my Discord to get information about this server, and you can join it. Let me know. Bye bye for now.